Happy Thursday, my friends, family, saints, and ain'ts. It's February. Woohoo! February 2nd, a uh, day that I always remember my Aunt Carolyn. My Aunt Carolyn, I remember her because it would be her birthday. She was only 11 years older than me. Well, which is weird because that would mean she would be 71 this year. But she passed away over 25 years ago. In March, it would be 25 years ago. But she was, like I said, 11 years older than me. She just loved me. She just really loved me. And I have some funny stories about my Aunt Carl, and I'll share sometime. But she rescued me one particular time. She rescued me. It's a great story, and I'll have to share that sometime. But anyways, so I'm thinking about her today, and good stuff. I have a good topic for today. Just for people that feel like they don't have time to exercise. But two more things I want to share just in terms of what's going on. I had made a post about my friend Miss Elnita, who turned 100. January 18th was the actual day. But many of our friends, she went to our church in Tampa, Florida. And I don't remember exactly when, but somewhere around when she turned 95 or something like that, her daughter, Miss Babette, said, look, you need to move closer to family. So she moved to North Carolina. Now, Miss Elnita, who turned 100, is still living independently. She still lives on her own. So I talked to her today because I wanted to share with her that I made this post, and hundreds of people were wishing her a happy birthday. So I wanted her to know that. And she said, thank you so much. I also wanted to thank my customers and my clients. Because of you, I will be going to Africa on a medical missions trip this year. And it's because of you. So thank you for supporting my small business. I so appreciate you. Teamwork makes the dream work, baby. Recently, like I think it was last night or early this morning, one of my cousins told me she put on some weight, and sometimes we're more conscious about that than we think, because she says, as you can see, she was saying in this picture that she had, I've gained some weight. No, I didn't even notice. She looked beautiful. Especially we women, I know we're sometimes more sensitive about those things. But no, I could not notice in the picture. Anywho, she said she had put on some weight, and it's been very hard to find time because she's a busy mom and she has a very busy schedule. But she was going to find a way. She would have to find a way to make time. So as I was helping her to go through some things, I always know if there's one person that's asking about something, then there's a whole lot of other people that are looking for similar direction. Why not have a Radiant Rap session so we can talk about it? Okay. No, just the acronym Radiant. We need all those things, first of all. So not just exercise. We need the rest, the activity awareness. We need the diet. Nutritionally, we need to have that. We need that introspection. We need our prayer and meditation life. We got to have that. We need agua. We need water. We need to have a schedule, calendar, and we all need the training, which is the exercise. So I said to her a couple things, 3 things that I'm going to share with you, 3 things. Okay, so you let me know if you have questions, right? Just kind of butt in as I'm sharing. But one thing in that whole Radiant spectrum of rest, activity awareness, diet introspection, agua, note-taking, and training, look at the schedule. So that is the note-taking part. You got to look at your schedule because she's so busy, right? find what she's willing to take out of her schedule if need be, where she can put it in. Where can you put in? Look at your schedule. You got to have a calendar. Like when you're, the busier you are, the more relevant it is. And you have to find a system that works for you. I remember all the calendars. We used to have, I wish Miss Sheila was here. We used to have these whole big notebook calendar systems. I forget what they're called. Those things never worked for me, but you had the inserts in them and you'd buy it. It cost you like 50. Oh my God, are you here? What? I can't even believe you. I never see you on here and you're on here tonight. I was just talking about you. Did you hear what I just said? What is the calendar system that we would purchase every year for years? Franklin Planner. Okay. Miss Sheila is probably one of the best planners I know. I mean, that's just how her mind works. And she loves Franklin Planner. Are you still using Franklin Planner, by the way? I always admired her for being able to use it. And that thing worked for her like clockwork. It never worked for me. Never. It never. I always started out with good intention and you had all the tabs and all the things. But I was never really using all the things. So it just never worked for me. What works for me is actually part of this new electronic age. My Google Calendar, still got to work it. Sheila said she has it right beside her. Miss Sheila, they're going to think we planned this. I promise you we didn't. I had no idea she was going to be here. It's so funny. But I still had to learn to work the Google Calendar, and I want to get better at a system. So if one of you can help me, I want to color coordinate like things, and I'm working on it. I know I can do it. I just haven't taken the time. But I put everything in that calendar because, believe it or not, even though I don't have little kids anymore, I'm busy too. So, okay. Or you're a morning person. In my cousin's case, she's too busy in the morning, so she's going to have to fit it in at night. If you're a night owl, don't put exercise in the morning unless you're going to change your habit in your lifestyle. You're going to make it a habit to get up earlier and do it. You have to make up your mind that you're going to do it. It may require that you take a television show or two out of your schedule because you might not have it on your calendar, but you don't miss certain shows. Record them if you need to. Or maybe you figure out a way to watch them while you are moving on a treadmill, on a stationary bike, or a trampoline like I have. Oh, I'm loving my trampoline. It's so good. Okay, so that's one of the Radiant acronym things that you need to do. The note taking is the scheduling the calendar, making sure you're using it. Number 2, work out with your kids or grandkids, or if you're still in the work community, you walk around the office building. Like my husband does that. He makes it a habit, a priority to get up and walk around his office, and he walks outside the office building during breaks. You know, it's not just for smokers. Take a break, get your behind up and move, right? You can take the stairs. So these are ways that you can strategically fit in working out. Okay, do fun stuff. If you have the kids, don't just, and they're so busy, you got their schedules all packed out, right? But don't just take them and then you sit there and watch them. Get up and you move around while they're doing whatever the activity is. Get the group of moms and walk with them. The group of grandmas, or if you're babysitting the babies and you're all strollers, you get the stroller moms. You understand what I'm saying? Do fun stuff with the kids. And that teaches them as well. Dance with them. That teaches them as well that it's a priority to move your bodies. Good. Park further away when you go to the store. One of the things that I do is clean my own house, because a lot of these things that we're doing because we're so busy is taking out the movement activities and hiring other people to do them. Now I know I'm guilty, because I Amazon. I'm like an Amazon girl now. So where I would have gone to the store, right? That's moving my body. Where I would have gotten up, gone to a lot of that stuff, I'll just order now. One of the reasons being, you go to the store, you can't find what you want. They don't have as big of an inventory. But park further away, just do things where you can get moving. And number 3 is the activity awareness. So that would be part of training. I would say that is, just moving your body, figuring it out. But this one ties into it, number 3, which is your activity awareness. That's your mindset. And none of the other ones are going to work anyway if you don't have the right mindset. So activity awareness. You may already be moving. Okay. One of the things that we continue to do is take movement out of our lives. But like I said, I'm cleaning my own house. There are things that you may be doing, like cleaning your house, like doing your laundry. I'm not saying that in itself is enough. So that's why the 1 and the 2, you got to make it a priority and figure out times where you are going to add intentional exercise. But your mindset, just knowing when you're doing laundry, when you're vacuuming, when you are changing sheets, when you are moving your clothes basket, when you are getting pots and pans out from under the cabinet, when you are putting away glasses, all of that is movement that counts. And I want to, and I said to my cousin too, do you have a Fitbit or a smartwatch or something like that? And I think they can be very helpful. I really encourage you to consider getting one of those devices that you have on you, so you can be more, it can help you to be more accountable with your activity. You know what my cousin said to me? I never had one because the print is so small. Child. Not all the watches have too small print. You can get one with bigger print, okay? So that's mindset too, like just coming out of talking ourselves out of the success. There was a study that was done amongst housekeepers in Texas. These housekeepers were given a questionnaire. It wasn't a huge study, but it was significant enough. They were given a questionnaire, and in part of the questionnaire, they were asked how they would rate themselves in terms of their activity, whether they were no, they weren't active at all, they did moderate activity, or they were, very active. And they all said they did they were not active at all. They did not exercise at all. They all answered it the same. So what they did was they took the housekeepers and put them into 2 groups. They were in 2 different locations. One group, they explained to them that according to the daily recommended exercise, that they fulfilled what was recommended daily, and that that they explained to them the things that they were doing, the heavy lifting, because if you're a housekeeper, you do a lot of heavy lifting. That's all you do all the time. And they explained that to them. And they don't think that after that explanation, they kept an eye on them, that they changed anything else, not their diet, not anything. It was just the mindset, the awareness that what they were doing was actually meeting the daily recommended exercise, amount of exercise. That's all they did. And so a month later, both groups, when they did the questionnaire, they had taken their measurements, their body fat, the waist-hip ratio, their weight, body mass index, even blood pressure. And within a month, the group that they had explained this to, what the activity was that they did, the vacuuming, the moving of mattresses, the stripping of the beds, the cleaning of the tubs and the toilets, all that stuff, the group that they explained that was in fact exercise and activity, they had significant increases in the decrease in body fat, reduced blood pressure readings. Now, because this was what was interesting, even though they were all doing these things, not being aware of it, it was their bodies weren't reflecting that, they were exercising. But the group that now knew it a month later, their numbers were better. Waist hip ratio, blood pressure, body fat index, just being aware of it. So activity awareness, definitely mindset when we're doing these things, knowing that you are moving is beneficial in terms of getting the exercise in. So 3 things. 1, find time to fit it in. Find the time. Look at your schedule, calendar it in, and be committed. Listen, if somebody told you, don't just say you don't have the time. If I said you're going to make $1 million at the end of the year if you exercise 30 minutes a day, 3 times a week, 5 times a week, or an hour 3 times a week, and get your heart rate up, and you're going to collect $1 million at the end of the year if you do this for 52 weeks, would you find time to do it? If I told you that your life depended on it, that you had 30 days left to live unless you started exercising 30 minutes a day, 5 times a week, or 4 times a week, you would find the time to do it, wouldn't you? Right? So it's not that you don't have the time. It's that it's not a priority. Number 2, be strategic with your schedule and fit it in. If you're working with kids, you have them during the day or at night, play with them, figure out creative things that you can do with them, or while they're doing their activities, what can you do with the group that's sitting around waiting and talking, waiting for them to finish their ballet lesson or gymnastics or baseball or whatever it is, right? Or if you're at the office or at home, what are you doing during your break? Get up, move around. Or you want to watch the TV, do some exercise while you're doing it. And then number 3, activity awareness, just your mindset of knowing that your everyday activities, doing your own laundry, cleaning your own house, all of these things matter. I pick up my laundry basket, that thing is heavy. It matters. Hey, Tracy, how you doing? Tracy's a trainer, and we're both national trainers with the Silver Sneaker program. They would be doing push-ups and jumping jacks before you finish the sentence. If they were getting $1 million to work, yeah, that's right, Tracy. Right, that's what I'm saying. So if they're motivated and they make it a priority, absolutely, my friend, they could work out. Hey, Virginia, how are you? Mindset, you nailed it. I nailed it. Thank you, Virginia. Boom, I nailed it. All right, my friends. The point is, you have greatness inside of you. I believe in you. I know you can do it. I love you. There is not a thing you can do about it. I just gave you 3 strategies and 3 actually things that you can do right now to conquer the I don't have time to exercise. Bye for now. Oh, if you have any questions or comments, or like Tracy and Virginia and Sheila added suggestions of what other people can do. People want to hear from you too. right? Because sometimes they'll look at me or somebody like Tracy and like, yeah, but you get to exercise every day. No, we have to make it a priority. But still, there's other people that that may resonate with them, or ideas that you have that may resonate with them. So let's all work together and just add to the list of suggestions that you might have that may help people to overcome the I'm too busy and get their body moving. You know what my PT, my physical therapist, said today? Rest. He who rests rots. I think that's so great. But rest is one of my acronyms in Radiant, right? So it is important, but you get where he's coming from. We can't just sit on our butts. He who rests rots. So let's get moving. Let's get moving. Let's get moving. Let's get moving. Okay, I'm pumped. See y'all. Bye.